Yo, Habibis, welcome back for another video. Today I'm making a guide on Gear Raid 3, Stage 23, 24. You can use this ultimate guide to beat either stage, and I'm going to show all the heroes you can swap in and out, and all the gear sets you can use for either hero, and let's just get straight into it. Alright guys, so this is the team I'm running, and the thing with GR3 now is there's a bunch of different options that you can use. However, beside one known case, Alexandria is required, so that's the only thing you got to take into consideration for stage 24. Stage 23 is very doable without Alexandria. You can replace Alexandria stage 23 with a Calypso, for example, or a Yuri, or a Hex. I've done it on many takeovers. So that's for stage 23, but we're going to showcase stage 24 today. I'm just going to go through the gear real quick. With Iovar, you can run him in a Hell's Lament and a Star Piercer's ring, or you can run him in a Soulbound set. Silas, you could run him in a Hell's Lament with his exclusive. If you don't have the exclusive, I recommend Infernal. And you want a little bit of HP. I'm just running one HP substat on each hero in the game or in the team we're using here. Kai, if you have his exclusive amulet and you have a decent set, run that. If not, run a Soulbound. We're also running in a Sharpshooter's Crest. Let me show you Silas's artifact is the Eye of Penitence. If you don't have his exclusive, you can run a Blight Callers. For Iovar, you want to run him in his exclusive, or you can run him in a Idril's Gaze, or you can run him in the Blight Callers as well. Alora, I think this is the easiest run if you have her exclusive Bangle, because she doesn't get targeted by the boss. But if you don't, run her in a Soulbound, and then you want her exclusive artifact. And then our Alexandria here, Infernal, exclusive. You could run her in a Cataclysm with a Piercer ring. There's our Dia Chan. Now with Dallin, you can run, you want to keep Forsaken for the extra HP, but if you don't have Mana Springs, you could run her in a Morale set just to get early damage, but you want high rage. You don't want any attack speed. Attack speed is not going to matter. Now, Niza, we're running Niza in this. You don't need Niza. I'm going to show substitutions. We're running a decent amount of HP, Soulbound, or you can run a SO Terrorist exclusive ring or a Watcher's ring in a Cataclysm set. Then we're running Eirlys in this composition because she's new, might as well showcase her. You can run her in a Scarab if people are dying. You notice people are dying, you can run a Taya's Bomb on her. Any form, you can run a Wings of Grace, or you can run a Invigoration set on her. And same thing goes for Nerissa. You just want good HP on them so they don't die, and good enough attack and healing. And we're running a Euphoric Orb here because she's going to give a lot of people attack speed bonuses. So that's the gearing. I'm going to show you some substitutions for each slot, and let's just get straight into that. Okay guys, so let's get into the substitutions before we run into the run. Iovar, you can use Araka as the Lord, and then Araka is going to be pretty cool here because then you can substitute a different hero like Sithra instead of our Niza in this scenario. Silas can be substituted potentially with a Yuri or a Calypso or even an Erlang. Erlang might be the best shout, but you would need Alexandria for sure, like really crazy build. That is the only substitutions I could see with Silas. Okay, Kai's only substitution is Nyx. I have not seen anybody beat a Razak, but it could be potentially done if you have a strong enough Razak. With Alexandria, there's really no substitution to be beating this with decent gear, good gear. So she's kind of a must for stage 24. I already went through the substitutions for stage 23. You can run a Yuri, a Calypso, a Hex, okay, or even an Erlang. Substitution for Allura. You can run a Valara, potentially, Valara, or a Sithra. I don't have Sithra, so you could run Sithra. There's many comps where you use Sithra, but you just run Sithra in the bottom. You don't place it where you place your Allura. Diao is kind of a must here for stage 24 because you need the damage, but in stage 23 you could get away with a Dolores or a Constance. Dallin, you kind of want Dallin, or you can run Cyrene, or you can run the new hero. Let me show you real quick. It just came out. Where is he? You could run a Kane because he does have a cost regen. So that could be a very interesting comp if you want to mess with that. But we are not doing that here. Nizar can be replaced with... Honestly, you can replace it with Valara. You can replace it with Valara. Ymrit. Magda. Erlang. Any Volca... Like anybody that can take damage and also potentially deal out damage and hit air, it's a good shout. You can honestly just put in a Lord instead of her if you don't really want to use that. You can run a Laya Lord or Ingrid Lord. It does give Diao, Dallin, your Eirlys a boost. You can even run an Inferno Lord if you wanted. So lots of substitutions in this spot. Eirlys, honestly, her only substitution is going to be Elwyn because you need the rage regen and the good healings. I originally beat this with Elwyn before Eirlys came out, but you can run either or. And then Nerissa's substitutions, honestly, are Pharisee, Aelin. You could potentially use Laya, but that's a little harder. And maybe a Eunomia. I see a lot of people run Hollow. I've seen people run a Lily, Vortex. So that you can run a lot of different healers. Ideally, you'd want a healer that can cover every tile because you could then you probably need the healing for an Ivar placement or an Nizar placement to help with the damage on the right side. So that's all the substitutions. We got into the gearing. Now let me just show you how the run works exactly. Okay guys, let's get into the run for stage 24. We're placing our Dallin here because we're going to use Eirlys early to help protect her. So there's less RNG on an auto run. We're going to place our Alexandria right away. Then we're going to place our Diao specifically in this spot. Swap the stance, activate Alexandria. Then we're going to place our Silas. Alexandria is going to usually target this enemy that comes out here, so you don't have to worry about placing your Allura too early. And then I like Diao here, so she gives a more range of a boost to our damage dealers. We're going to use our Silas. Then we're going to place our Eirlys here. And then when we get enough cost, we're going to place our Nerissa. So now that our Silas and Alexandria have a boost, it's going to be an easier run. Then we can place our Allura. Okay. Now we're going to activate Alexandria. So you can do this a bunch of different ways. Obviously, you can place your Allura early. In my case, I don't have to worry about that last squid on the right because I know Alexandria's going to take care of her. But if you're having trouble with damage, you want to place your Allura down before your Nerissa. Okay, because Allura will help clear that enemy. Okay. Now we're going to get cost. We're going to place our Kai right away. Okay. So usually after that one squid explodes, I usually take Dallin out, and then I'm going to place our Niza up here. Okay? Actually, we'll place her in the middle. We're going to place Niza in the middle, and we're going to activate Kai. We're going to activate Silas. And we're going to activate Niza. So here, this is very specific in timings. You can activate Kai whenever, but usually Alexandra targets this enemy. If she doesn't target, it might have trouble killing. Okay? But in this case, we are good. You can activate Alexandria. So now this is very important for you guys that don't have Alora's exclusive bangle. Okay? Where she is invisible permanently. Alright? So you want to pay attention to this. If you're running Soulbound on her, okay, and you see, when I first beat it, I only had Soulbound. She did not have an exclusive. Okay, what I did to beat this easily is when you see the third enemy come out of the portal and you're running Soulbound, you activate her ultimate. This was the best timing I found so that when the squids or the enemies started moving towards her, she went back into invisibility and she didn't get killed by them. Obviously, without the exclusive, there's going to be a lot of RNG with the boss targeting her. That you cannot avoid, okay, if you're running Soulbound. But we're running the exclusive, so we don't have to worry about that. Okay? So now, here, I like to take out our Niza or whatever. Here we got in this top lane spot. And we're going to place our Ivar facing right. When this timer is about, a little bit more than halfway. Okay? We're going to activate our Alexandria. We're going to activate our Silas. And now we're going to take out our Niza. And we're going to place our Ivar here. Okay? And you're going to see why we have Ivar here. So we can slow this down. So now you see that was perfect time because Ivar got his ultimate back in time. He's not going to die because of our Nerissa. That's why I like Nerissa or Pharisee for this slot. So now we can spam his ultimate here. And he's going to actually kill that enemy squid pretty easily because he's in Diao's range. If we didn't have Diao, it probably would have been tough. So we're going to take him out. And we're going to place our Dallin here to tank some hits. Some explosion hits from the boss. We can activate our Alexandria whenever you get it. And we're looking good. So Alexandria is most likely going to target this enemy here. Okay. You can activate Kai's ultimate when these enemies start popping out. And now that the boss is dead, we can take out Silas actually. So now we just gotta hope we target this enemy with our Alexandria. We're gonna use Kai's ultimate here. And what I like about Niza actually is that we can place her here, facing right. There we go. We got Alexandra's proc. Now again, when you see the 3 squids, if you're running Soulbound, that's when you activate Alora. Then we can activate Kai right away. The reason I like running a long range fighter that targets air is because when you kill the boss, whether it be Erlang, Niza, whoever, you can place him facing right later on and you get this range boost for Niza, for example. So then one of these squids, let's say by any chance, the one that survives is this one at the left. When it's coming down, it's going to be slowed down by Niza, and Niza is going to be able to do some damage. That way, when you place your Ivar is not going to have to target multiple. It can target one and kill him pretty easily. Okay? So we're looking good. The minute we get we can take out Dallin as well here, so we can have a spot for our Ivar. Now we're going to place Ivar in this tile specifically because he'll be able to hit them a little earlier. Okay. We're looking good. Like I said, now this enemy is alive, right? We're going to actually use Niza's ultimate now. and you're going to see the slow I was talking about. See how it targets? Boom. You can use Kai's ultimate here to finish off, and then Ivar is going to finish off this last enemy. And that's why I like Eirlys here, Derek, because you saw Kai took a hit, but Eirlys has the revive mechanism in her kit. And there you go. That was a run. That's my specific run. Obviously, you can do whatever you want with the information I gave you in today's video. You can run, substitute, you can place them a little different. But this is what I thought to be the easiest for me to beat on my account. And I found it very smooth. Erlang, I think, would be better than Niza in this, but I don't have Erlang, I have Niza, and it worked perfectly. If you guys appreciated this video, drop a comment. If you have not joined the Discord, join it. If you need help with anything GR3 related or anything in the game, hit me up on Discord. Join our community. Everybody in there helps each other out. Doesn't even have to be a takeover. If you have any questions, just hit us up there. Alright guys, thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you guys for another video. Peace.